Hello, Orawan. How are you?
Hello, Lino. I'm good. You?
Oh, very good. Thank you. Where are you now?
I'm in Berlin. Yes.
Oh, great, great, great. I'm calling from Phnom Penh. It's raining outside of my window now.
I
Thank you
didn't hear
so much.
anything.
Oh, great, great. The window is very good then. Thank you so much for the time for our conversation. And actually, this conversation is supposed to take place live as part of your exhibition at Social Art Projects, which started on the 3rd of June, and it's currently on show until the 5th of August. I'm so proud and excited to be able to present your first solo exhibition in Phnom Penh. And this gives us a new energy. And I want to thank you for sharing your work to the audience in Phnom Penh. And since we cannot hold the physical conversation, so we do this as an online recording instead. So I hope that this will also help, illuminate some aspect of your practice, as well as about the current exhibition, which is titled "Where Are You Living?" #1, again being shown at Social Art Projects. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for your introduction, Lino. Thanks for having me on Zoom. A little bit privileged to talk about art in this situation.
Yeah.
Difficult time in the world, but
That's
I hope
right.
is something can inspire each other. So thank you for having me.
Excellent, excellent. So I'm gonna start by the first question about your practice, which centers on drawing, and also you use simple materials. Your work largely deals with the experience of everyday life, and this is fascinating. So could you tell us about how did you start your practice, and how has it, developed or evolved over time?
Yeah. So since I start to do art, so I try to use a simple materials. I use drawing as a tool, like taking notes, and step by step. Like I don't want to use a really big production to create a more waste and useless object that create more trash to the world. And since I'm moving so many time, like Cambodia, Vietnam, and now in Germany, it's a lot of things to learn, and of course it's like to develop with so many things, like the way to communicate, because my work is the base on communication. So it's a lot of things to learn, and the practice or the stuff I use, the medium is, it's about chance to some context is some chance came. For example, this exhibition that I'm doing now in Phnom Penh is because of last time thing around us is kind of a small scale, stuck in the box and we cannot move. So sometimes we see thing, uh, we use everyday life object, but we not really look at it, like concerned about it. So normally, I think most of my work I try to use a simple daily life object, thing around us, to 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 give some message.
Thank you. We will have a chance to talk about your current show a little bit later, but I just want to go back a little bit because you did a residency with us at Social Art Projects in 2014, and at that time it was at the Y building, no? So could you tell us about that experience? What did you do there, and how was that residency affecting or influencing your practice subsequently?
Yes, episode residency in Phnom Penh that time is 2014. It's my first time residency in my life, and first time stay abroad, and it's just next to Thailand, you know. So it's really good experience, and I think it's brought a lot of things to me now today. Life, friends, and the way of practice to do an art now. And so what I did at that time, so the Sasa Art Project had one room in a white building, so I have to stay in the community at white building, and I don't want our team to introduce me as like an artist to people there, so I try myself to introduce myself by drawing. So I draw a portrait of myself with pencil and put everywhere in white building. So I said, my name is Orawan, come from Thailand. I'm here now in a white building. This is my phone number. If you want to have me to draw something inside of your house, please call me and contact me in Khmer. And I think, yeah, after that, like 1 week, of course, is nothing happened, you know.
Nobody contacted you?
Yes. But at least they recognize my face, because it's kind of like a little bit realistic, semi-realistic, the drawing. So then I put everywhere already, and then I decide to just sit down in front of a white building and start to draw a window. It's because the white building is huge. It's really huge. So you can see, I'm just curious about what are they doing inside the window. So I just draw. And then when I start to draw, a lot of kids, white building is a lot of kids playing around. So they came to me, and yeah, I think it's drawing is kind of a tool to making friends. It's really kind of welcome people. So they came, we have some little talk, try to communicate. So I think they remember from the drawing, the portrait of me, and then they see, oh, she's not stranger, she can draw or something. Then came, and then I have some talk, and then it's bring me to, how to say, so I asked them if I can get a chance to go to the house. So total is 15 houses. So I get a chance to get inside and draw. Yeah. So also I draw a portrait of the kids. They came, you know, and I asked them one question, where do you want to live? Because I heard that white building will not much longer stay, and suddenly destroy in 2017. But at that time, I just collect the answer, like where do they want to live? So I have a portrait of the kids. I have a drawing inside the house, and I have a drawing from the outside. So in the end of the residency, I set up in my room, and I hang up the fruit, because I saw from downstairs at white building they're selling food with the fruit hanging around. And I set up my room with the fruit, with furniture. It's come from the neighbors that I visit the 15 house. Right. So yeah, I create another poster called "Come In." Like, now it's my turn to invite you to come to my room to see drawing, to see what I did together. So people came. It's just one day event. Come home, like visit as friend, like neighbor visit, you know. So it's very good atmosphere. Like, people sit down together, they look at the drawings, see things together, and they have conversation together. So I think from this residency and from this work is beginning, and it's brought me a lot of thing for me for my practice now today. So
beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. So in this case, your practice actually becomes a means to connect people, create conversations, communications, and relationships, basically, no?
Yeah, because it's not in Thailand anymore. No? We have to find a way. It's not my language, and my English is not that good also.
Right.
So we use a drawing language. We try, start with the kid because it's more like,
Nice, nice. Thank you. So let's talk about the current exhibition. Where are you living? #1, which is on view now at Sosa Art Project. Actually, we started to discuss for planning this exhibition back in 2019, no? But a lot has changed because, the circumstances has changed a lot as well. So could you share with us what was the original plan and how it has changed over time to the current format?
I think because of the work that I did in Phnom Penh 2014, come in, the one I just talked, it's kind of living process that can continue. So after 7 years, my first plan, I want to continue that work. Yes, because I asked the kids, 23 kids, about where do you want to live? And my plan, I want to go there to Phnom Penh and follow my own archive and see where are they now, to find them. It's not only find them, but you can see the answer and relate to how is city growing as well. Because after this 7 years already, I mean, I can learn from this answer. But yeah, for the pandemic time, I cannot go there by physical. And then I have to think what to do. And then I'm back to Germany already. So I try to sing an online platform. So I have some contact from a friend who is a brother of that kid. So we try online, but I think it's so difficult about distance also. And 7 years, at that time they were kids, and now they're a little bit teenager. So many things. So I found out it's really difficult process to do. Then slowly I changing and developing in a way. So the work become more a little bit more open, big scale, not focus on finding the kids. And I cannot be there in Cambodia. So I create a work that can be like we can learn together, sharing conversation. So I create like a simple form and words together, and I want to create something. I mean, it's of this situation that normally I work with the people, but this is missing. Like we cannot work with community. So
where were you at the time when you were making that project?
In Bangkok, a lockdown in Germany. It's
right,
lockdown.
both.
So this exhibition is lockdown. Yes. So it's
Until
that's
now,
why.
even now.
Yeah, so that's why the work is like a quiet conversation. It's quiet. It's no story, no conversation, but it's still like a form of something to remind you about things around us. So I create this one. So I call "Where Are You Living?" #1. It's more big scale, and I hope people can walk around in the work, and they can learn or realize something around themselves by their experience.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Orawan.
And the name is a question like where are
Right.
you living? #1 is it means just question, and also we have to follow in the future also. It's not done yet. It's not
Yeah.
finished. It's growing. It's still growing and
Yeah.
developing.
Yes, the title is interesting because it questions the location of where we live. So we will, get to that a little bit more, but also it alludes to the condition of where we live. And in this case, as you mentioned, you were producing that from a very particular context of what's happening, being locked down in Thailand, but also then when you moved to Germany, you were in lockdown again. And actually, while your show is in Phnom Penh, we experience as well like these, issues of lockdown. We had to postpone the opening. And then finally we opened, but we could not hold public gatherings. So it, becoming an online opening. But nevertheless, the show is on and people book by appointment and they could come visit, which make it actually it's quite fitting because your work require intimate experience and viewing. It's not like a big flock of crowd, bombarding the space, but it require maybe just, several people at a time, taking their own pace, exploring and seeing like, many individual items. So in a way, it's kind of like, okay, the condition is not so bad that we work with this condition to allow this work to happen. So I'm very honored to, and I'm so happy to be able to materialize this exhibition eventually. Yeah, I want to ask a little bit more specific in terms of the choice of the materials that you use, for this work. Because you mostly use papers, envelopes, cardboards, packaging materials, and these are inexpensive and very accessible, but also seemingly insignificant or even like easily, readily disposable. So could you please tell us about the choice of these materials and why they are related to you, in the condition of what happened when you were making them?
So I think these materials, envelope, packaging, is the stuff that we use every day. Like, and is a universal objects. People, everyone have experience with that. We use every day, it's thing around us. And that's why I think it's like we have to take a second look to think about little thing around us. And of course it's connected to this situation also. Like you stay at home, you lock down. I think you see things close to you. The scale of life is like a box. So you're living in kind of box now. And also I think they really represent our daily life object. So to relate it, I think it's good to use this material. Yes, and my answer. I try to.
Yes, of course. And I also know that these are understand this is something that you think that it relates to a lot of people, right? The experience of a lot of people from different society, from different economic circumstances, but also I know that many of them are also very, what do you call it, related to you personally too, you embedded your own personal stories with those materials and objects too, no?
Maybe I share the same experience. I mean, I think from last year until now, people more scared and concerned. So take a vitamin or something, see some package of medicine that I took. Or and also this material is kind of transporting also. itself, you know, is it moving, transporting. It's like I think it's really related to where are you living. They're moving. This object itself, they're moving. We bought from the shop, we send to somewhere, we throw it. It's this package, this card or something is not stay one place. They're moving. So I think it's
it
good
circulates.
yeah.
They circulates and get touched by many people. Right?
Yeah, it's look like box, but they're moving in a way, you know. Stay inside, outside, moving, transporting. So that's why I decided to use this.
But also another interesting point is that these are very easily disposable, you know, objects and items. And you used to mention this, right, earlier, that you appreciate and this kind of like moment in our everyday experience, and you want people to have a second look and treasure and value those fleeting moments. So I thought that is also very fitting with the choice of material.
Yeah.
Thank you. And speaking of that, you know, a notion of play and curiosity is very present in many of your work. And in this exhibition in particular, you draw signs of places and institutions. You create a map, but they do not look exactly the same, sort of like the location of objects on the map are not exactly the same to the objects on the floor. And also on the floor itself, you install your artworks in a very particular way, you know, on construction bricks and other materials. So also you hang fruits as well. So could you tell us about this, you know, the way that you present the work and the notion of play and curiosity?
Yeah, for the installations, I set up like a city, like a map, and audience, they can walk around by their own directions. It's flow. And the bricks, how I arrange everything on the floor is like a growing or dying, and people can walk with leaflet or without. And for the flute that I'm hanging, of course, the first inspiration from 2014 at the Y building. And also I think the fruit is a kind of in Asia we use for like welcome home ceremony, ritual religions, like yeah, and it's kind of growing too, and we eating. It's kind of welcome and ceremony stuff. And yeah, so the setup will be like they can walk by their own self, like, and to have time to concern thing by thing, to find out what is this, what is that.
Yeah, and the fruit people can you decided that people can just pick and eat, and you know, very casual and informal, right? People just come in and then they can pick and then they eat them.
Yeah, first thing I think maybe it is feel friendly to them. It's like, oh, fruit, you know. And then maybe, yes, maybe the thing is art installation, or maybe they can have a question, say, can I have it? Of course, maybe not eat inside the gallery, but this is offer them to, they can bring it home, you know.
No, I've seen people, our visitors, some they pick the fruit and then they sit down and then they eat inside the gallery.
Yeah, so they're hungry, so let them eat.
And just like for us, we did not tell people how to behave in the gallery space, because you know, they should behave the way that they want to experience. So yeah, people very like, they do whatever they want and they look and then they come and eat and they sit down, they chill and they sort of like their home. And that's what I, I really like is like people feel very relaxed, like, okay, they kind of visit someone's home, So
Yeah, it's 2014 the come in the work that we hang fruit. Yeah, people after finish they eat together.
Very nice because and also this food, even though you said like you do not consider this is like an artwork itself, but it's part of the way you present your artwork. And it's quite interesting because for me, I think you play with this notion of sight, right? You look, and then your association to place and the condition of where you live, and so on and so on, and your memory and stories about where you've been living and so on. But also this food is sort of a additional dimension because you eat, it's sort of like you have the memory of taste as well, right? Which is also related to certain places, right? Certain places I remember because I eat certain things at that place and so on and so forth. So I thought it's quite it's another interesting dimension to the exhibition.
But we don't have durian, no?
Except durian. Except durian, yeah, we decided like maybe not
Because
durian.
if we have, so we have to ask like, oh, can I have knife?
It will like, the smell will just like overwhelm the gallery space. Thank you. Then I have one last question, which is about the notion of home. Yeah, precisely what you just mentioned. So you were born in Thailand, but you have traveled or experienced doing residency internationally in different places, and recently have been living in between Thailand and Germany. So I want to know what is home for you, and especially with these various political, social, environmental, and health crises all over the world. Has that affected your notion of home?
Yeah. Since I was young, I think I'm moving all the time because my family, we don't have our own house. It's always moving. And yes, from 2014, I'm already moved on and off between Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam. And from 2016, I spending more time in Germany. So I think yes, because of moving a lot, then I just think maybe my home is my body is my house and home. But maybe I'm not able to speak home as a country. It's just because it's moving a lot, and when you move, and I have to learn with different things to integrate with different culture. And from situation, this time is really it's very difficult and very bad thing around the world. So I try to keep in touch with the people, try to listen and try to support more than the normal time, and it's so difficult when you far away, you cannot do more. Sometimes it's difficult. But at least I try to support family and friend. Keep yeah.
There is this saying like we tend to say, this feels like home, So is there any moment when you feel like home?
You mean like when I'm living here?
Or whenever you are, wherever you are, when do you feel that, I feel this is home? Has that any moment or experience that invoke this kind of feeling to you?
It's difficult. Actually, I have a kind of strange time right now. Like when I woke up in the middle of the day or at night, I don't know where I am. It's very scary. It's like you change room, you change bed, you know. So I just curious about this thing too. Just suddenly this month. It's scary. So I'm not really answer. I just feel I'm just scared
no
kind of
problem.
home.
Yeah.
Now I just scared of kind of where's home. Yeah. I don't know
Okay.
where.
Maybe that is the where are you living #2.
Woke up and like where I am. Where?
Thank you so much, Orawan. Thank you for the time to share with us about your work and ideas and practice, and I hope that this give some food for thoughts for our audience, and I hope that we will meet in person one place somewhere in the near future. But in the meantime, we always text on Facebook.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much for our talk. Yes.
Yeah.
I hope it can inspire something for people.
Thank you.
Yeah,
of
hopefully
course.
can meet soon in the future.
Yes.
Or
indeed.
here online.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Orawan, and have a good day in Berlin. Friday. Oh, is it Friday?
Friday.
Yes. But maybe when we publish, it's no longer Friday. But yeah, have a good afternoon, and talk to you soon online.
Yeah, you too. Have a good day, Lino.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
Orawan. Bye.